Okay, video number 2. It's June, first week of June, Saturday. I showed you around the car. Turns out it is a fiber fab. So as you can see, took the body back off of it just because I can. I had a lot to do. A lot of pretty cheesy welds. I have to clean all those up. I had very little room. I didn't have enough room to really get in there and weld the whole thing, so I did some nasty welds, and now they got the body back off. There's the body hanging from my ceiling. Now that I got the body back off, let's see, get you out of the light. There we go. How's that? Now that we've got the body back off, we will finish up all the mechanicals. A lot of problems. Not sure what to do. Exhaust is a real pain in the butt. The reason is this is a 4.6 liter and nobody made 4.6 liter Cobra headers. What they did was this cheesy thing here. I'll show you. You see that? So basically what they are is you take a header and you flip it around and it comes forward. So I got to come out of here, turn, and come back out to match up. That's just laying on the ground right now. Those are the 4-ways, or 4-in-1s, but it's a bolt-in type situation. No, you got to fabricate it. But what I did do is I bought a bunch of U-bend, a bunch of mandrel bent tubing. If you look over here, see that? I got some U-bent mandrel tubing from Speedway, and what I'll do is I'll use those to do the ear turn. I'll come down and I'll turn, and these are just a pre-manufactured. I'll have that end here cut down about here and flare it so it'll pipe in. Hopefully it'll pipe in. Here's the fuel tank on it. That came with the car. I didn't have it made. I did open this up. I have the Mustang fuel pump in there, but I'm going to have to make brackets that go from here down to the bottom to hold it so it doesn't slosh around. It's about a 15-gallon tank. 15 gallons is not bad. Still got to get the hose for that. That's no big deal. I went with the standard shocks. All new trailing arms, 4-link. But you can kind of get an idea what it looks like without the body on it. So here's what I'm doing today. I bought Willwood brake system. Yeah, good systems. I don't know if you ever used them before, but there you go. So I bought the Willwood proportioning valve, and I have the clutch front and rear master cylinders. I'm probably going to run them with the remote units. And here's what's going to mount. Now, as you can see, the motor's in there. Motor's in, steering is in. There's my clearance for that header. But if you look right here, I don't know if you can see it real good. Let me change the direction of the camera just a little bit. I traced this out. Know what this is? This is a bracket. Alright. Like a license plate frame. What it does, it mounts to the Willwood clutch and pedal system. You see that bracket? That's a $180 aluminum, billet aluminum bracket. And it'll fit in here, and it goes on the other side just like that. And all the you can see, here's my 2 pedals, of course adjustable. Got the adjustable pedals. In case I need to make a little room around my feet, I can move the pedals in and out just a little bit. Now if you could see, trace this line.
I have to cut that out. Now this hole and this scar and all these other little things, these were on the body when I bought it. So somebody started to do something but then never ended up doing anything. So the body's pretty virgin, except for this cutout and a little slice they did right here. I don't know if you can see that. What they did is they tried to make it so you had a little more foot room. Now what I'm going to do is, after I get my exhaust done and get my brakes in, I'm going to see how much room I have down here. What I might do, I'll sneak in here. You see right here, that's where they cut it out. Now that needs refiberglassed, which is no big deal, but what I might be able to do is push it back and give myself, oh golly, maybe give myself another inch and a half right at the gas pedal, which I'm going to have manufacture a gas pedal. And I have the gas pedal from the original 98 Mustang. I still have that, and I still have the gas pedal that came with this car. Neither one of them are actually wonderful. They are a pull cable, and the linkage on this, it would mount here and then pull that way, see? So it'll pull. So that cable will have to come over here and come down into here, and then come down into here somewhere, and then that'll be where the gas comes through, maybe. So here I just got the come along hooked up to the roof, hooked up to that. So what am I learning? Oh, look at that. Indiana flag, because I'm from Indiana, but I live in Kannapolis, North Carolina, home of Dale Earnhardt. And for all of you that like Franklins, you ever seen a Franklin? It's air-cooled automotive, yeah, man cave. Anyway, for those of you who know what a Franklin is, you might get a kick out of this. My father-in-law, he used to have a Franklin. Not only did he have a Franklin, he also had a Tucker. Now, those of you who know what a Tucker is, he had Tucker's Tucker. Tucker's Tucker is now in the Peterson Museum in California. I think it sold for, I don't know, $1.4 million or something like that. One Jim Koziel, my father-in-law, had the Tucker. He sold it for $35,000. So he didn't get the 1.4 million like somebody did. But it was Tucker's Tucker, and you know Tucker's Tucker. Tucker's Tucker had the trim that went around the windows, chrome, the brightwork went around the windows. That was Tucker's Tucker. But like I said, it's Peterson Museum. If you ever go there, or if you have been there, then you'll see it. So over here, I don't know if you can see it, but this right here, that's my electrical panel. This right here is a Franklin. There's the bottom going up to the top. I don't know if you see the emblem, but that's the grill. That's the grill for a Franklin. So Jim's dad, he's from Chicago. The guy that owned both the Franklin and the Tucker. He's from Chicago. And his dad used to work with NASCAR. He used to own a race team. Soldier Field, where the Bears play, that used to be a racetrack back in the 50s and 60s. A lot of people don't know that either. But Jim, used to, him and his brothers used to wrench on cars, and his dad would, own a race team, would race around the tracks and all that. All these guys, Holman, Moody, all these guys, you know the whole group. Hell, most of them are down in North Carolina now. All the guys the guys that built the GT, the Ford GT, GT40, they built a couple of aluminum ones. They found one of them in California buried. It got buried because it's supposed to be crushed because of some sort of a racing sanction rules. It was too light. Anyway, Jim's friends with them. They're in Star, North Carolina. Forgot the guy's name is Tex or Texas or something like that. I saw him a couple times at Mecum Auction. He's up there with Carol Shelby, or selling the Carol Shelby Cobra or something like that. Anyway, those guys are rebuilding it. They've actually got it, the body all put back together, all aluminum. So I'm sure that'll be a big surprise when they get it done and everybody finds out that an original F40 aluminum bodied, not F40, what do you call it, GT40 aluminum bodied still exists. So I think they're going to freak out because there's only 2 of them if I remember right. One of them is in a museum somewhere, while the other one is going to hit the road pretty soon. So there you go. Spoiler alert. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell people that or not, but you know, it is what it is. So, so back to the Cobra. I haven't bought any gauges yet. I will. Just 800 things to do first. But like I said, I want to get this thing in a start, run, and drive pretty soon. In order to get to start, run, and drive, I gotta get the drive shaft back. I got it sent out to somebody to get it shortened. He's taking his time. I gotta put this brake system in. And I'll get the foot pedals mounted today. I'll get all that set up. I'll get that cut out. I get it mounted. And it's a nice brace. It's good for a fiberglass firewall. And if you're ever doing one of these systems, it's worth the $170, $180 for that piece of billet aluminum, because you no longer have to drill all the holes for your clutch, your front and your rear master cylinder, and then try to get the holes right and do all that. You stick it on, you drill some holes through it, you etch it, you cut it out. If you have a regular car, which is going to have a steel firewall, that's even easier, because you just grab your lightning whirler. What do you call that thing? The plasma cutter, which I got one. I got a plasma cutter down there beside one, sitting on my welding rack. You take a plasma cutter and you cut it out in about 10 seconds. This fiberglass just going to be nasty, and it'll take me about 10 minutes. But once I get that done, I get it bolted on. I can't hold a camera and work. I'm not one of those guys. So once I get that done, get it bolted up and everything, and get the pedals hung, then I guess I could show you guys, but it'll be on a different video, because I don't edit and I don't put things together. And what I do is I turn the camera on. I do one take. If I screw up, I don't care. This is more for my son to see when he gets old. Once I'm dead and gone and he's driving the car, he can always look back at YouTube and see how his dad built it. So, or where I failed during building it. But like I said, this is not a kit in the fact that everything just bolts together. You don't buy the part, bolt it on, and everything's done. You have a frame, and you have a body, and you fit them together, and then everything else, well, you pick your motor, your transmission, you make your own, yeah, Notre Dame rocket. You make your own mounts, you make your own brakes, you make your own steering, you design how you're going to do your own, there's coilovers on front, wishbone tops, bottoms also. Not sure how I'm going to finish that up. If you want, I can make a video about that. The odd thing is I had to build this. Framework. And see how it mounts to the frame, up, over, down. What that is, it holds the 2 hinges for the, see that? It holds the 2 hinges for the hood. Well, since I happen to have the hood right there, if you come around here and look up, you can see those are the hinges. What you do here is there's steel plates built into the fiberglass right here. I don't know if you can see that. And you just line them up, drill and tap, screw them in, give yourself some movement back and forth, put a bolt in it, and when the body's on, those bolts go through here. Those are your hinges. It's not fancy. Remember, this is supposed to be a race car, not a luxury vehicle. They ride rough, they buck, they churn, they will spin around and kill you if you're not careful. My wife will be driving this. I've said that before. That's where there's a 4.6 liter Mustang engine in there. Mustang engine, transmission, rear end. Why did I do that? Because it's a 4.6. It's a lot calmer. You know, if I drop in 427 and go crazy with that, I might have to peel my wife off a wall, and I don't want to do that. I actually love my wife. So